Yeah, none of it went into the grass at all.
Welcome to Full Speed Impulse, where dreams are made and usually broken.
What's up, everyone? We are reviewing RC cars today, rock crawlers in particular. And these ones are a little bit older models now, but this one here is a TRX4 made by Traxxas. This is their newest model, still, I believe, for the rock crawler. Over here, we have a SCX10 2. This one here actually was the base model. So you'll find these ones to be priced anywhere between like 280 and 300 bucks. And I'm sorry, I think these are closer here to like a 430 or so, depending on where you get them from. And I know they got different bodies and all that too. So back to this one here. Like I said, 280 to 300 bucks you'll pay. They come mainly with the Cherokee body, I believe, or you get like the Honcho. But one thing on the bottom here you're gonna notice is that pretty much everything's plastic as far as your links and all that. But we're gonna get into that in a second. And this here is your SCX10 Build-A-Kit. And let's start off first with the TRX4. Alright, so goods and bads about this RC car is that, first of all, it is awesome as far as they got locking diffs on this thing, and the fact that you can do a high and a low speed on this. So pretty much what they're telling you is that for low speed you can go into like a rock crawler mode, or you can switch them into high speed and you can get more of a faster run. It's nothing like crazy speed or anything like that, but it is good for still your kid and all that. It gives them a couple speeds to play with, or even adults and all that. So the biggest complaint I have with Traxxas in general, which I do run a few Traxxas, is that their servos suck. They really do. I mean, and this is just here. That's the issue I have, is that you have all these special features with like the high speed, low speed, locking diffs and all that. And I believe each diff is you could separate doing like rear and then front. Is that you have all these servos that can fail, and it just leaves the opportunity for more things to go wrong. And usually when you're out there playing and all that, the last thing you want to do is have to work on something. So, but that is also the name of the game, and unlocking the diffs does make it more realistic and all that. So I get that aspect, and actually, the brand new model of the SCX10, they also got locking diffs and all that. I'm not sure exactly what they're using for servos and all that, or if they've had better luck with their servos. So there is that new model that came out, and I've heard pretty good reviews from it. But for now, I mean, just comparing these two here, I still prefer my SCX10 too. And I'm going to tell you why here in a second. But back to this. One thing is that these come with really good suspension, and these are not the stock wheels on there, but even the stock wheels, I was so impressed that they had some pretty good grip. The stock SCX10 tires, the foams and all that they gave me were not that great. And I definitely want to compare to the TRX4 here, but that stuff's all upgradable, and you could always, you probably end up doing it anyways. So that's the TRX4, and this is just simple reviews for the average person out there, looking for a rock crawler to have fun, whether it's with their boy or with their friends, or or whatever, just trying to get another hobby. And so great as far as they don't break. This TRX4 here had a couple things go wrong with it. Main thing is the servos. So upgrade the servos, go to a different brand would be my advice. So I don't know about the micro servos again. This one actually here is a friend of mine's. We're actually fixing it for him real quick here, and then we're going to give it back to him. So I personally haven't ran this, but we've ran with them. And they definitely look like they're a fun RC car. And the batteries last forever. So I will say I never see myself getting into the Rockcrawler game, but just because I always thought they were slow and lame. But they're actually not bad, and I have a blast playing with my son and all that with it. So, man, these things are stiff. Thought I'd get more bounce out of this thing. All right, so this is our SCX10 bone stock. And what I mean with bone stocks, what I was trying to tell you earlier, is the big thing with these is that like all your linkages here, they're all plastic. I'm not impressed with the shocks. The shocks are pretty weak, but the only thing that's broken on that is your steering arm right here. As far as it pops out of this little cup right here, you can see that. And actually what we did is we were able to flip it around and use the other edge of it, and it's hasn't broke since. So we actually haven't bought any actual parts for this thing. We did put an aftermarket front bumper on it, just so to help my boy kind of protect the body here. And then we did have a hitch on the back, which I guess I could show you guys. Alright, so this is the trailer I made, and actually the hitch isn't on there. It actually broke off, but I just kind of mocked it up so you can see what it looked like. So, yeah, we pretty much ended up getting some square stock and stuff like that, and then ended up cutting it out and making it look like it was a C-notched, frame here. And then just started welding stuff together, and then we took some tires and all that, and ended up making a little axle and all that. So it came out actually pretty good, and this is kind of what we used here. And we did some more of this, and I notched it out for a little more of a kind of a, I don't know if you'd say a realistic look, but anyway, whatever. And then we even left these holes here if we ever wanted to actually put like a little toolbox in the front and all that for him. But it was just for him to have fun, because he's got other RC cars, so I wanted to have it hook up for him so that he could pull his other cars around. I don't use it, and actually, he hasn't used it in a little bit either, but that's again because his hitch had broke off right. Ooh, almost lost her. But broken off right here. Just from whatever had happened. Cheap aluminum, but it broke. So we'll have to make something else up for him. But yeah, I just showing you guys. That's our little trailer and all that. And because I went to go, I was going to go buy one. And I get it, because I understand the amount of work that I put into that to have it done. But they're definitely they're a little pricey. A little pricey for something that's literally a piece of metal that has tires and doesn't drive or anything. So, but for the kids and all that, and for some adults that really take this hobby to the next level as far as the realism and all that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's neat. So. Last RC car here is our SCX10 build-a-kit. So we had actually bought this RC car here first. This one's my boy's, and I would decide I wanted to start playing with them, and it just happens I was at work and I passed by a guy and he offered me. He's like, "Hey, you want to buy my RC car?" And I said, "Well, what do you got?" And it just happened that, he had built this and he'd taken pictures with it but never really used it. So I said, heck yeah, man. So he put nice aftermarket wheels on this thing, and these Showdown tires are awesome. I mean, this is a great overall tire. He put lights on it. The lights work. He put a little, high lift jack on the back, and he does this real cool, the rust look and all that. And after he actually did this body for me, that's when we ditched the Cherokee body, and we had him paint him up another Chevy body, which he did a real cool job as far as making it look like, the hood had come from a junkyard, and then we had a fender primered here, and then the rust and all that. He did a really good job. So, yeah. But as far as getting back to the SCX10 review, is that I like these because they're simple. There's no servos except for your steering servo, and that's it, And actually, my Build-A-Kit has the cheapest motor and probably steering servo you can get, and the thing still works great. And my boys is just stock axial stuff, and we haven't had anything fail. And I'm not doing this video just to knock the TRX4, but it kind of goes into what your budget is and all that stuff too. And I don't know, I'm just, I had said stuff about the servo before, and then now seeing them that they're going bad, it's just, it's a shame. And I had bought in a brand new UDR4, which is like your desert, Traxxas truck. I didn't even drive it for a second. I literally went to turn it on and check my steering, and the servo is bad. Never even ran. So, and I've had other, like the slashes and all that stuff I've had, and it's the same thing, the steering servos go out, the motors burn up, and some of those were probably my fault, but I'm just so impressed with Axial. They really put out a great Rockcrawler, and just to go out there and have fun and do your basic stuff, I totally recommend the SCX10. And they leave so much room to be able to build these things and go further and make them into an aggressive crawler or, whatever type of rig you're shooting to do. So, in my opinion, it all depends on what you want to do. So, SCX10 2s, I would say, hands down, great for the beginner and people that just want to go out there and have fun. Now, if you're looking for something that's more aggressive out there and you're looking to be more competitive maybe, and this type of truck, I would say the TRX4 or the new SCX10 3. Both have those locking diffs. And then I know the SCX10 3 has a option to where you can like drag the back end, like lock the back end up. They like really pinpoint, I believe, sharper turns, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot more fancier stuff on that stuff. But again, in my opinion, there's more stuff to go wrong. So what I do, and for the general person out there, I would say SCX10 2 is definitely the best bet. But this is as far as I'm going to review. I actually got to replace the servos in that TRX4 now. But I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you later.